Thanksgiving's coming, and like always, we're not cooking inside. I've grilled my turkeys for 2 decades now, and I can't imagine it any other way. I mean, when I started, I had hair. The backyard grill's my oven. It's where the best Thanksgiving memories are made. Grilling a turkey gives you flavor you just can't get indoors, and if you've ever wanted to grill a turkey, this video is for you. A grilled turkey, after all, is a story worth telling. The best holiday turkeys always start the night before. Now this is a Bowman & Landis free-range turkey, about 16 pounds. Bowman & Landis farms are not but 15 minutes down the road from here. I just did a series of videos for them going over everything from how to prepare a turkey to telling their story, and they are by far my favorite turkeys. I did 14 last year for Weber and for myself. When it comes to the holiday dinner, there's always a Bowman & Landis turkey at the table. And I get it, supermarket's easy, but oh my gosh, this is so much better. It's incredible. We're gonna dry brine or salt this turkey, because you know why? A wet brine is a legit pain in the ass. I've done it for years. You've got to get a big vessel to put the turkey in, your water, your salt, your aromatics. Dry brining is so much easier. Remove your thawed turkey from its bag, and then remove the heart and gizzards from the neck cavity and the neck from the body cavity. Be sure to save them for another use, because if you didn't, my grandmother would be very upset. Remove any extra fat or skin from the neck and pat the turkey dry. We're now ready to salt. Now the rule of thumb is about 1 tablespoon of salt every 4 to 5 pounds of turkey. So for this 16 pounder, we're probably talking about 3 tablespoons, but to be honest, I just salt it. I get it all over the outside, the skin, put some in the cavity, and then if it looks good, I call it a day. Try not to overthink it. Just be sure to plan ahead and do it. If you're concerned about cross-contamination, which you should be, either use a shaker so you can then clean it entirely afterwards, or be really diligent about left-hand raw, right-hand salt. And that's it. It is literally that easy. There is, actually, no, I missed a spot. Forgot the legs. Never forget the legs. Next, we're gonna put this into the refrigerator uncovered. We're gonna leave it overnight, and then we'll pull it out tomorrow and we'll fire up the grill. And here we go. Uncovered in the refrigerator over tonight. See you tomorrow. And here she is with just a couple more things that we have to do before she hits the grill. First, we're gonna lightly oil the turkey. I use a glove because you know what? I could use a brush, but a gloved hand or even a clean hand is just so much easier. The turkey is oiled, which means you've got 2 options right now. Number 1, remove the glove and throw it away, or number 2, wash your hands. Just because you have a glove on doesn't mean you can touch everything. There's still raw turkey on the latex. With the turkey oiled, it's now time to season. Now, since the turkey has enough salt already, all we're gonna do is add black pepper, garlic powder, and thyme. But feel free to use whatever flavor profiles that you like. With the turkey seasoned, there's only 2 things left to do. Number 1, I always like to add a little bit of citrus to the cavity. And then finally, the only trussing we're gonna do is we're gonna truss these legs together. And to do that, take a piece of butcher twine. With gloves on, it's a little bit tricky. And then basically make a loop with 3 overhands. And then take your legs, cross them a little bit, because that's what turkeys do. And then bring it up top. I'm just gonna put a knot in it. Keep them nice together. In this case, mostly for presentation, and cut it off. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck these wingtips underneath the turkey. Just bend them down there, tuck that underneath there, just like that. All right, let's check on the grill. Let's talk about how we're gonna set up our Weber 22.5-inch kettle. And yes, I put a hat on because it's pretty cold out. I'm gonna grill the turkey indirect, and the key to fire management is to use our char grill baskets. I'm gonna set them up in a V format, so that way when the legs go in there, that dark meat will be closer to the fire. And with our trusty charcoal chimney, let's get her lit. Load the charcoal chimney with briquettes and light with starter cubes. As the briquettes light, be sure to give the chimney a good shake to redistribute the coals. The briquettes are ready when the top just begins to ash over. Alternate putting coals in both baskets so the heat is even, otherwise one side might cook faster. To get ready, a few coals always escape. Use a charcoal rake or a pair of tongs to put them back where they belong. Finally, drop in a drip pan and drop in the grate. My secret weapon for a beautiful mahogany grilled turkey? One chunk of cherry wood. We aren't smoking, but we are adding just a bit of color. Place the chunk directly on the coals before placing the turkey. Now add the turkey and be sure to use a remote temperature probe placed in the deepest part of the breast to monitor the meat's temperature. This allows us to keep the lid down during cooking to maintain a grill temperature of around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The turkey is on, and yes, we are remotely monitoring the temperature of the turkey. However, we can't wander too far away. We want to make sure that the skin by the coals of the legs and thighs does not brown too fast. And if it is, we'll put some foil on it to protect it for the rest of the cook. In the meantime, I'm going to go get warm. We want to cook the turkey until it reaches 155 degrees Fahrenheit at the breast. Now, cook time can be impacted by how hot the grill is and how warm or cold of a day it is. This 16-pound bird took about 2.5 hours to cook. When done, I double-check the temperature. I'm pulling at 155 because I want the turkey to rest for an hour before carving, and in that time it will experience carryover cooking. There is one thing left, and it is time to carve. My pro carving tip: ditch the carving fork and put a latex glove over a cotton glove. This gives you much greater control while breaking the turkey down and protects your hand from the heat. First thing we're going to go ahead and do, remove a little bit of butcher twine back here at the legs. Pull that out of the way. Nobody wants to see that. Next, we're going to go ahead and separate our legs and thighs. Super easy. Just go ahead and find that natural line and run your knife right down it. Oh my gosh, look at all of that. Wonderful, moist meat. Now the kicker to getting this apart is to essentially cut down and look for that joint, and boom, it's going to pull right apart. Just cut all the way down, work along the back of the carcass, pop it open, and then you can see that joint right there. That's what we're trying to go around. Now you could be like my dad, an electric knife, and basically just cut right through it, but I like the simplicity of breaking things apart where they're supposed to be. I always leave the wings because they provide stability when the bird's sitting like this with its legs and thighs missing. So start it on the first breast. We're going to run down the heel bone right on the side, and we're going to slice down and again follow the carcass. Now in this step, do not worry if you leave meat on the bird. We're going to go ahead and get that later. Now the most important thing is removing most of the breast meat and then cutting all the way down right above the wing joint. And now repeat that action on the other side, all the way down along the carcass. And again, don't worry about leaving extra meat on there. And if you feel you need more leverage, you can always also start in from the bottom and come back towards the top. In this case, we'll just come right on through and then pop right out above that wing joint, just like that. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and remove the wings. And the same thing there. We're just going to go ahead and manipulate that joint until we can find where it connects with the main body, and then separate and cut right through, just like that. There we go. Also, no harm, no foul, no pun intended, if you want to rotate this thing around so it's easier to manipulate. I'm not always worried about having that Norman Rockwell sort of look, but if it's easier to do it that way, I say go for it. Let's go ahead and separate our leg from our thigh. Once again, same thing. Hold on to the thigh, I'll look backwards here. And we're basically gonna push that open until we find that joint, which is actually more inside than you might realize on that drumstick, and then cut right through. Now, on this thigh, we can do two things. You can leave it whole, or you can go ahead and remove that bone, which I'm gonna do. I just cut down both sides of it, like that. And then I'm gonna come in and cut down the back side until I can pop it all the way off, and then push it aside. It makes for a little bit better eating experience for your guests. And I can nicely slice that into pieces. Also, remember, we seasoned the skin. So a lot of that flavor, which I can smell, is on that skin. So make sure when you cut it up, include skin on all those pieces. I realize not everyone's gonna eat it, but if that's your thing, that's the best part. Muscle fibers are kind of running this way, so when we go to cut it, we're gonna wanna cut it this way right on through. And again, keep that skin on. I go for either a 3/4 to an inch slice. Just depends on how many people you're serving. There was a lot of cleaning in these videos that, well, we just don't talk about it. If this is your first grilled turkey, I hope I've given you enough information to make yours a success. And if you have grilled turkey for years, let me know what your tips are down in the comments. I'm Mike Lang, another pintplease.com. It is always so good to see you. And you know what? Let's do this again sometime soon. Oh, worth the wait. Holy cow. Delicious. Cheers.